January is World Carnivore Month, and I know quite a few people that have done it that have had some serious results.
And we learned 20 years ago that Brussels sprouts alone had over 136 identified human carcinogens in them. This is why kids, no one likes Brussels sprouts, right? You know? And that's why, right? You know, that bad taste, that bitter taste is your brain and your tongue, which are sophisticated machines, and they can tell you, like, hey, this is bad for you, spit it out.
People are shredding fat, building muscle, and reversing chronic diseases, all without counting calories, measuring portions, or worrying about macros. The carnivore diet puts the body into a natural fat-burning mode, stabilizing blood sugar and eliminating cravings. Just look at the hundreds of testimonials on Dr. Sean Baker's site, where people report healing autoimmune conditions, curing depression, and regaining energy levels they haven't had in years. No gimmicks, no magic pills, just real food fueling the body, the way it was designed to be fueled. And here's what really shocks people. This diet is turning around conditions that were once thought to be incurable. Skin clears up, joint pain vanishes, digestion improves, and mental clarity skyrockets. People ditch fiber and their gut gets healthier. They stop eating plants and their inflammation disappears. If meat was the problem, why are people thriving when they cut everything else out? Maybe the real question is, what if we've been looking at health all wrong? The carnivore diet might seem like a crazy new trend, but it's actually the oldest diet in human history. Stable isotope analysis of ancient bones proves that early humans were top-tier carnivores, eating mostly meat for hundreds of thousands of years. It wasn't until the agricultural revolution, a mere 10,000 years ago, that humans started relying on grains and plant-based foods. That's a tiny fraction of our evolutionary timeline. So, if our ancestors thrived without fiber, vegetables, or plant-based proteins, why do we believe we need them now? And take the Inuit, the Maasai warriors, even early European hunters. They all lived off animal-based diets and remained strong, disease-free, and metabolically healthy. Yet today, with access to balanced diets, obesity, diabetes, and autoimmune disorders are skyrocketing. Something doesn't add up. Could it be that the modern diet is the real experiment and the carnivore diet is just a return to what always worked? We've been told that plants are essential for health, but here's what they don't tell you. Plants don't want to be eaten. Unlike animals, they can't run or fight back, so they defend themselves with chemical warfare. They produce anti-nutrients like oxalates, lectins, and phytates that block nutrient absorption, irritate the gut, and trigger inflammation.
Everybody's confused and lost in the woods when it comes to oxalate. We've known that oxalic acid and oxalate is completely poisonous and can kill you when it's purified since the early 1800s. And unfortunately, we're confused because a lot of the data that's out there, even lists of food presented by urology offices, are full of errors, they're incomplete. But we need to recognize that oxalate can be and is affecting deficiency and toxicity.
Ever heard of kidney stones? Spinach and almonds are loaded with oxalates, one of the leading causes. And those so-called superfoods, they come with a price: bloating, digestive distress, and nutrient deficiencies. Think about it. There are over 136 natural carcinogens in plants, yet red meat is demonized? Hormesis, the idea that small amounts of toxins strengthen the body, is often used to defend plants. But if that's true, which toxin is good? In what amount? The reality is, the body fights these compounds daily, and for many people, removing them is the key to healing. If plants were truly essential, why do so many people feel better when they stop eating them? One of the biggest myths about the carnivore diet is that it leads to vitamin C deficiency. But here's what most people don't realize. When you cut out carbs, your need for vitamin C plummets. Why? Because glucose and vitamin C compete for the same transport pathways in the body. On a high-carb diet, you need more vitamin C to compensate. But when carbs are gone, the tiny amounts found in meat are more than enough to prevent scurvy. Look at the Inuit and other traditional meat-based societies. They didn't have access to citrus fruits, yet they thrived for generations. And it's not just vitamin C. Meat provides nutrients in their most bioavailable form. Forget struggling to absorb plant-based iron or converting beta-carotene into vitamin A. Red meat delivers heme iron and retinol directly, no conversion needed. The truth? It's not about how many nutrients you eat. It's about how many your body actually absorbs. Forget complicated meal plans and endless grocery lists. The carnivore diet is as simple as it gets. Eat meat, drink water, repeat. Breakfast? A few eggs fried in beef tallow with a fatty ribeye. Lunch? A juicy lamb chop or burger patties with salt. Dinner? A slow-cooked beef roast or crispy pork belly. No calorie counting, no portion control. Just eat until satisfied. The secret? Maintaining a 1-to-1 fat to protein ratio to fuel the body efficiently and avoid energy crashes. But what about variety? People assume they'll get bored, but the opposite happens. Once cravings disappear, food stops being an obsession and becomes fuel. Some add salmon for omega-3, others go full carnivore with nose-to-tail eating. And while the modern world pushes complex superfood salads, the strongest civilizations thrived on nothing but meat. The body doesn't need 50 ingredients in a smoothie, it needs real food, and that's exactly what this diet delivers. We've been told that fiber is essential for digestion, but what if that's a lie? Studies show that reducing fiber, or eliminating it completely, actually improves gut health. People suffering from bloating, constipation, and IBS often see instant relief when they cut fiber out. The carnivore diet, despite having zero fiber, leads to better digestion, fewer trips to the bathroom, and no more gut discomfort. If fiber was truly necessary, why do people feel better without it? Here's the kicker. Fiber is actually an anti-nutrient. It blocks nutrient absorption, irritates the gut lining, and forces the body to work harder to eliminate waste. A groundbreaking study found that the more fiber people ate, the worse their constipation became. Those on a zero-fiber diet, no symptoms at all. Think about it. If fiber was truly beneficial, why are so many people still struggling with digestive issues despite eating fiber-rich diets? Maybe the problem isn't too little fiber, maybe it's too much. But what about your gut bacteria? That's the first thing people ask when they hear about the carnivore diet. The truth? Your gut microbiome adapts to what you eat. Traditional societies like the Inuit and Maasai warriors lived on nearly 100% animal-based diets, yet maintained diverse, thriving gut microbiomes. Your body doesn't need fiber to function, it needs the right fuel. And for many, that fuel comes from meat, not plants. In reality, most gut issues come from plant toxins and anti-nutrients, not a lack of fiber. People who ditch plants report an end to bloating, acid reflux, and autoimmune flares. The gut isn't fragile, it's incredibly adaptable. It doesn't disappear without fiber, it simply evolves to function without unnecessary irritants. Plants aren't as innocent as they seem. Unlike animals, they can't run, bite, or fight back, so they use chemical warfare to defend themselves. These plant toxins and anti-nutrients, like oxalates, lectins, and phytates, can block mineral absorption, irritate the gut, and trigger inflammation. Ever heard of kidney stones? Spinach and almonds are loaded with oxalates, a major cause of those painful stones. Lectins, found in beans and whole grains, they can damage the gut lining and contribute to autoimmune diseases. People who remove these hidden toxins often experience dramatic health improvements: less joint pain, clearer skin, better digestion. Why? Because the carnivore diet eliminates these plant-based stressors, allowing the body to absorb nutrients without interference. We've been told that plants are packed with vitamins, but what good are they if your body can't even absorb them properly? If plants were truly essential, why do so many people feel better without them? Want more strength, endurance, and mental clarity? The carnivore diet delivers. Red meat is packed with creatine, carnitine, and heme iron, nutrients critical for muscle growth, brain function, and recovery. Athletes who switch to an all-meat diet report faster recovery times, better stamina, and zero energy crashes. Unlike carb-heavy diets that spike and drop blood sugar, the fat-to-protein ratio in a well-structured carnivore diet provides steady, long-lasting energy without out the highs and lows. Think about it. If elite warriors and hunters needed carbs to perform, how did the strongest civilizations in history thrive on meat? The truth is, nutrient density matters more than calorie count. The body isn't looking for empty fuel, it's looking for bioavailable nutrition. Once you remove anti-nutrients and plant toxins, every bite of food actually fuels you. The question isn't whether this diet works for performance. The question is, why haven't you tried it yet? What happens when you strip away every food that could be harming you? That's exactly what the carnivore diet does. No processed junk, no gut irritants, no inflammatory foods, just clean, nutrient-dense fuel. Many people suffer from mystery symptoms like bloating, joint pain, fatigue, and brain fog. The best way to figure out what's causing it? An elimination diet. And the carnivore diet is the ultimate elimination diet, cutting out every potential irritant at once. This isn't about what you remove, it's about what you gain. Less inflammation, effortless digestion, and insane mental clarity. People who struggled with keto or paleo often see real results for the first time when they cut out fiber, anti-nutrients, and plant toxins altogether. And once the body starts thriving, reintroducing foods becomes an experiment, not a necessity. If thousands of people are seeing life-changing transformations, maybe it's time to ask, what's stopping you from trying it?